Hi, this is Lexi Renee, and you're joining us for the First Degree Study Group. Today we have Nightmare and Melissa with us. Couple more
potatoes
coming in.
and potatoes.
We do have potatoes. Melissa was kind enough to fix everyone potatoes before she came. So thank you, Melissa. We've got very nice potatoes. The bounty, I feel pretty much Irish right now. And today we're talking about Lesson 3, Personal Power. We've been on this for about 3 weeks now. And today we're going to do a recap and finish off the lesson and start Lesson 4, which is the altar. So it will start teaching us how to set up our own sacred space and how to work with a power center, like an altar. Okay. So thank you for everyone who's joining us. And we're going to get to it. Ready?
Yep.
With your potatoes?
I'm ready with my potatoes.
So personal power. What is it? Personal power is being able to use, the first thing it goes through is being able to use color, feng shui, different things around you to increase the power of your spells, to increase your energetic field, your aura, and things of that sort. Dirty. Okay. So you can influence your energy by the use of color, shape, texture in your environment. You can also use ley lines or the earth energy to increase power, like vortexes, which we discussed. Everyone remembers vortexes, right? Yeah, the place where ley lines intersect, and they're natural. And you can create artificial vortexes as well. This we get into more in the second degree. And we also talked about the psychic tide and how to move with the energy of the earth, of our surroundings, of the moon, because everything has cycles, and it's knowing these cycles and observing these cycles of night and day, the patterns of the moon, all the way to the seasons. Cycles are created by and are the effect of movement, the movement of the planet, the movement of the galaxies, the movement of energy through the planes. These cycles range from the time it takes a planet to revolve upon its axis, 24 hours, to the length of the so-called Great Year. The Great Year is, do you know?
1,600 years, and it's the period in which there's a zodiac sign that rules for that period of time, and it's the period of time that resembles the qualities of that zodiac sign.
That is good, but that's the zodiacal period. But you're completely right for zodiac. The Great Year is on the Carolingian calendar.
Right.
And I got this wrong on my final, so feel better.
Okay.
This is the only reason I threw it out to you. You'll need this.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Year is 19,200 years, according to the Carolingian calendar. Now, when the goddess separated the many souls from herself and sent them into the physical, they began a process of involution, a movement downward to a place of utmost density, the physical plane. So that brings us to our little pretty chart on this page, which shows involution.
Which page? What page number?
46, but it is under Psychic Tide, Lesson 3 of First Degree. And you can find involution, the goddess becoming physical, and evolution, which is physical ascending back to the goddess, going through the 7 planes of existence. The first plane being goddess, divine, God, heaven, the monad, to the soul, to the astral, to the mental, to the emotional, and then to the physical. So when we're working magic, we're ascending these planes. And you can find this process of involution involution and evolution in most everything you do. Because everything has a dark half and everything has a light half. Everything in our existence is balanced. That's why Wicca sees God and Goddess as two forces in the universe, yin and yang, soul, spirit, matter, sun, moon, God, Goddess, yin, yang, sun, moon, God, yeah, male, female. All cycles possess these two parts, the dark half and the light half, which mirrors the cosmic order. Darkness always precedes light, just as involution precedes evolution. The cycles of time are known as the psychic tide. So, then we get over to the Wheel of the Year, which we come to our holidays, Beltane, Samhain, Lammas, and all these. Beltane and Samhain, at these two dates, the psychic tide is said to be at the yearly height, and the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest. Samhain being the start of the dark half of the year, and Beltane being the start of the light. So it's a great time for magic. Everyone enjoying their potatoes? This same pattern is present in each zodiacal age, which you already explained to us. According to the Crowley calendar, the age of Aquarius began in the year 2000, and that was 0 Aquarius. So that means we're in what?
12 Aquarius?
Yes.
I can do math.
So this is 12 Aquarius. The first several hundred years of each zodiac make up the dark half. The last several hundred years of the age are the light half. What does that mean? Dark half is usually very introspective. Sometimes people tend to look more on the negative side of things. But this is not, if you're born in the dark half of the year, don't let that hold you back. It's just understand yourself and move forward with it. So that brings us to the Wheel of the Year. And our Sabbats. Samhain being on November 1st, begins the dark half of the year. Yule, December 20th to 22nd, celebrated on the vernal equinox. Dates vary. Whoa. Sorry, I skipped down. That's what I get for looking at you. Take a drink like nothing ever happened. Yeah, that hits the spot. Where was I? Yule, December 20th to the 22nd, celebrated on the midwinter solstice. In bulk, February 1st. Ostara, March 20th, 22nd, celebrated on the vernal equinox, and the date varies. Beltane is May 1st, and it begins the light half of the year. Midsummer, being June 20th, 22nd, celebrated on the summer solstice. Lu, also known as Lammas, is August 1st. Mabun is September 20th, 22nd, celebrated on the autumnal.
Autumnal.
Oh, that's right. Kinda, sorta.
Close.
Equinox. So each of these festivals has a particular meaning. Now I can't talk. Go figure. Any questions so far? Anyone needing to be reminded of anything so far? Anyone out in the internet world so far? Thank you. And I'm not going to go deep into what the Sabbats mean, because that was just last week. Our exercises, working with the chakras. Working with your solar plexus chakra. I believe I gave that exercise out to everyone. Do you remember it at all? No. That's okay. I'll get it to you before the end. And everyone should be doing the exercises about once a day. That way you get familiar with working with your energy and knowing your chakras and if they're healthy and if they're working very well. There are many schools of thought about the chakras. Some of these are ancient, some are very recent. Not all of those schools of thought agree. As with the solar plexus chakra is of immense importance to your ability to work with these exercises. Chakras are energy centers, and they form connections that act as energy circuits in the body. The first and foremost important of these is the solar circuit. It is called the solar circuit because it has its origin in the solar plexus chakra. The spell this month was for image magic, getting comfortable with what you look like, and seeing power within yourself as a direct manifestation of the divine. As we move forward, we come to the god for lesson 3, which is the maiden, which can come, yay! Which can come in the forms of the artist, the guardian, or the lover. Hail Freya. Goddess of love and war.
What?
I'm being teased with food right now.
You can't, you're not allowed to eat on the air.
Everyone else did.
You're handing it to her.
Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.
From our favorite coffee spot in Salem. One of our favorites.
Yahoo!
Well, both of yours are in there.
Okay, so I'm not going to eat it on the air.
It's not just yours, it's theirs. It's Melissa's too.
I can wait.
Okay, go away.
Down dog.
So we have Athena, Bridget, Hathor as some examples of the maiden goddess, and you can easily look those up online. This brings us to the glossary. I know I've been pretty quick, so if anyone has any questions, please. It's just a recap to refresh your memory. We have the Correllian calendar, which was developed as a pagan response to the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar is based on the supposed date of the birth of Jesus and divides all of history in half based on that date. I think this is interesting, so I'm going to read it. Pre-Christian dates must be calculated backwards in the system, which not only makes Jesus appear to be the center of time, but also effectively veils pre-Christian history behind a wall of unworldly calculations and an artificial sense of separation from modern events. Meaning, it's really, what is pagan history? Are we able to recalculate?
I think it's kind of interesting too. The idea of miracles happened before this date. Revelations from God happened before this date. No more after that. It sort of puts a finalizing stance on magic, on miracles, on things like that.
Yeah.
Or even on divine inspiration.
What a boring life we must live.
Yeah.
The Correllian calendar is cyclical. Never using backward... Cyclical. Yeah, there you go. Never using backwards date as such and having no single beginning. That might serve to divide time into us and them. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And you'll get more into calendars come second degree. Chapter 8, I believe. Then the dark half. We understand that the dark half is is its process of involution or looking inward. SBAT. Wow. Excuse me. Mountain Dew. It's a monthly ceremony or ceremonies, usually tied to the cycle of the moon. Excuse me. They're commonly held at the new or full moon, so that's usually what, if we gather underneath the moon for a spat. Evolution is the process of coming out from the separate and the personal towards the unified and the divine. Evolution increases the vibration and lightens the density of a being. What's really cool, and I'm going to jump over to alchemy real quick, is that the alchemists believed that they could raise their vibration to make something more divine, that turning the lead of their physical ordinary life into the gold of spiritual and divine. So I think it's really interesting, the whole belief that we can actually raise our vibration to be more godlike. And, that's just something that's always fascinated me with Wicca. It's the belief that, following our path and becoming more spiritually aware, we're also opening ourselves to be more like the goddess. I'm not going to try and drink that, that's hot. Imperium. The term refers to those things that are under one's direct power or that fall in one's natural sphere of influence. Okay, that's cool. Light half. The light half is a thing is its process of evolution or looking outward. During this process, perspective expands and the connection between all things is felt. The day is the light half of the night and the waxing moon is the light half of the lunar cycle. Physiognomy. Okay, you learn about this in second degree. It's the art of interpreting personality characteristics from the features of the face and the body. You learn mole reading in the second degree. It's pretty interesting. I think I did that with you once, didn't I?
Nope.
Did I pull out? I like pulling out the second degree every now and then.
Well, you do pull the second degree out a lot with me, but that's not what we've done yet.
And I love this because I can't remember it saved my life. Well, kinda. I get the idea of physiognomy, but it's very... I don't know how I feel about, she has a mole on the left side of her face, so that means... I just... It's not my thing.
The idea is that the interior reflects the exterior.
Yeah, as above, so below.
Yeah.
But...
Actually, this really freaky Nathaniel Hawthorne story. One of his few things that I like about this man who's obsessed with removing a birthmark from his wife.
Oh, yes.
Because he thinks it reflects some hidden flaw within her, and if he can just remove it, he'll make her perfect.
Yeah, and he ends up killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible, horrible story. A story that I actually got to talk about Wicca, though.
Really?
In my English class. So that was my poor English teacher. Every time she had a story, I would say, "Oh, well, that reflects Wicca in this way." And I used to always use it as a pitch. I was a nerd in high school. So psychic tide, it refers to the internal cycles of energy in the universe, eternal, which move in a constant process of involution and evolution, spiraling always inward and then outward. Everything that exists moves in the rhythm of the psychic tide, which has waves and currents and eddies.
Eddies, that's the word.
Really?
It's like a place in a river where it curves and it's rapid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So complicated. At all levels of being, the galaxy, the planet, the individual, all move to the psychic tide on many different levels. I find this one chapter, to be, if you really think on energy this way, just everything in Wicca snaps in place for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that everything's a balance, everything just snaps in place. I don't know, this is something that I can't teach you. I don't know how to really have you completely understand energy. Just, you hear me talk about energy and everything, and I'm not sure really how to teach that other than letting someone know that, energy is very fluid. everything around you is. And if you understand its cycles, you can control it and really be better with your magic. It's understanding how the wind blows. It's understanding how waves move and how they all connect together. It's amazing. And I just hope that you'll take this lesson from here and use it in your own life to understand how you're connected to all of this. It's so majestic. It really is. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Sabbath being a major Wiccan festival. Solar circuit is the principal energy circuit of the human body, having its origin at the solar plexus. Yes.
Scorpio 62 says, I need to keep working on aligning chakras. I just don't get it. I read how, but it seems I'm not able to get. Could you guys give her any tips?
To aligning the chakras? Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing that I usually tell people is imagine when you're standing that you have a cord from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And along this cord, imagine the colors of the chakras. And look at your chakras. How bright do they shine? Are they dull? Do they look dirty? As you're imagining this line with the chakras, imagine a sphere atop of your head, shining bright white and blue. Allow this energy to pour through your body and exit through your feet into the earth, cleansing your chakras. Once you feel that your chakras are cleansed and all centered, they should shine like miniature suns within your body. You should feel this energy. Not only feel it, but watch it expand past your body and into your aura, just shining brightly. There should be no, nothing that looks like dirt, nothing that looks smudged. It should just be pure light coming from these chakras. Am I making sense so far? Yeah. Following? Okay. And allow the spirit, just stop sending the energy. Let it dissipate. And bring back this energy from your chakras and close it up. And do this a couple of times and then see how that works for you. Did that answer it okay? But the reason I say imagine the cord is so you imagine a line, alignment. A line for an alignment. And if you feel that the chakras are off, slowly move it to that cord. Then cleanse it and let it shine. Thank you.
Scorpio seems psyched.
Really?
Yeah?
And that's not in the first degree book. Really? To be honest, I made it up on the spot, and I know it'll work. Because that's how magic works. I mean, that's another thing. Trust your instinct. You don't have to know the scientific answer to everything. You already know magic. If you're following this path or have an interest in Wicca or magic at all, you know it. It's within your DNA. It is part of you. Magic is life. We just understand it just as we know how to breathe. You know, it's that simple. I mean, does a mother have to know how to take care of a child? No, it's instinctual. Well, most of the time. Unless you're me.
Herbal Cat adds another way to work on the chakras. She says that she loves the exercise of opening the chakras by opening little doors and growing the chakras from there and so on.
Yes, I agree.
I actually had a problem back in October when I first started working here with my chakras being too open. I was not used to being exposed to psychic energy and really not used to shielding myself. So what I did was when I needed to, I would picture little wooden shutters and I'd just go like this and seal them up. And when I needed to work on them, I'd go like this and I open them. And it's a simple gesture that's connected with an image. It's kind of tactilely.
It's like opening a door.
Yeah.
Visualize it however you feel comfortable. Trust your instincts. I can tell you how to start working with energy, but I cannot tell you what is the right way. Because, my right way is definitely not going to be the right way for you.
I like to imagine them as little well springs, water, because I associate. I work best with the image of water too.
That's very interesting. See, me and water just don't work. I see them as fire, as suns, like bursting out. I'm sure y'all can see that in my energy work and stuff. It's like, bam, I'm here. At some point, I'm going to have Reverend Dawn's exercises, audio exercises, so we can start going through this together. Well, that basically wraps everything up. But visualizing the chakras as white, then visualizing them as their proper colors, and just opening that door and letting them expand as far as you can. Always make sure to shut down and cleanse and release after you work with your chakras. Okay? That's another thing. Shielding, cleansing, releasing. I can't stress that enough. Because once you start getting into high magic, lunar circuit, serious stuff, you're going to wish you learned this and took the time with it. I never learned shielding. I never learned grounding. Yet I was doing astral projection things, dream walking. And no one ever told me to cleanse. So I actually found myself shaking. And when you first work with energy, you may find yourself shaking. Just because your body does react to energy. You may feel a tightness in your chest, in your gut. Me, I twitch.
We had that guy a couple of weeks ago that looked like he was going into seizures.
Oh, yeah.
We actually, most recent experience, we had a person come through for a seance here. And unfortunately, he was a lot more psychic than he realized. So when we would ask the spirits to come and to speak, he started shaking. And it almost looked like a seizure. And so we took proper protocol for that, got him out of the space. But we tried again. He started shaking. And then I remembered when I first started, when I was like 12 years old, I actually would have panic attacks because I didn't know what it was. If you don't know what a sensation is, your body's going to be defensive about it. That's natural. If you don't understand a feeling or a sensation, you get a little defensive. And you learn to grow past that. Anything from the internet world?
Just discussing symptoms.
Yeah. Some people, I go numb. If a serious spirit really wants my attention, my arm will start going numb all the way to the shoulder. And since I do professional seances, I had to learn how to take control of this. Because me twitching, me shaking in front of clients is probably not a good thing. Y'all can loosen up, all the serious stuff is over.
When I first started, I'd have the same problem. And I sort of attributed it to an energy drain. So I had a special thing that I'd eat afterwards to help me restore the energy. It was like couscous and chicken broth.
Yeah.
And some maybe raisins or something to just boost my blood sugar up, and usually that helps.
Yeah, and you'll find yourself, when you start, doing energy work, you're going to be a little tired. It's like a muscle. If I go out and run 3 miles, I'm going to be sore afterwards. But if I keep doing that after a week or two, it's like nothing. Not only can I run 3 miles, but I could do 5 and not be sore afterwards. Um, and so that's kind of how we have to look at our psychism, is something to develop further. Also, you were, eating is a great way to ground, but it's a great way to gain weight. So I usually suggest people, if they're doing a lot of psychic work, not to go grab the little Debbies. I know it's very tempting. That was my thing. At home, when I was doing a lot of energy work, the first thing I went for in the cabinets was the little Debbies.
Well, my idea with mine is it's a lot healthier than a little Debbie. It's got the protein, it's got the carbs, and it's got a little bit of vitamin from the dried fruits that I put in there. So you're sort of restoring things.
I don't even know what
need.
couscous is.
It's like itty bitty grains of pasta.
Oh, okay.
This is mine. I mean, I just eat.
Northerners. Weird.
But like, you can do pasta, make a sandwich, things like that. My solution for everything is just food.
Yeah. So don't eat after you ground all the time. During October here, I felt like I was stuffing my face every other reading. Do we have any questions from the internet? I can answer anything, or try to. And if I don't know the answer, I'll make it sound good. No, if I don't know the answer to something, I usually refer you to someone a little smarter than me. Like Nightmare. I was totally serious. Alright. Well, I think that wraps it up. Thank you for joining me tonight. Come back every Sunday, 7 o'clock. We're going through the first degree. You can also pick up the first degree, a copy of the first degree, signed by Reverend Don Lewis himself, with a little pretty message there, and personalized just for you at Witch School. Witch School is also coming out with the Witch School store come Tuesday. And witchschoolstore.com is something that we've all been working very hard to accomplish. You can get your first degree, follow along, and get more from the study group. This is just a study group. This is not going through every detail. If you look through mine's highlighted everywhere. So it's well worth your money. You won't regret it. And have a great night, everyone. I'm done with my sales pitch.
There's a question.
Oh, yes.
I have a question on meditation. So I meditate when I can, but I just haven't found the best way, and I want to see my past lives.
Okay. Now, you don't really get into past life until, I believe, 2nd degree or 3rd degree. But what I can tell you is when you meditate, don't try and clear your mind. Because meditation isn't really about clearing the mind as much as focusing the mind and being open to this energy and being receptive to the universal energy and the Akasha. So what I would recommend to you is go do everything. I don't recommend driving, but you know when you're driving and you kind of zone out, that's kind of the state that you're wanting, or that state right before you lay down for sleep. When I lay down to sleep, I end up hearing other people's thoughts. So after a while of meditation, you're going to find out that you become more receptive to this energy. That you'll actually start hearing thoughts, you'll start hearing the ancestors, and past lives will come to you. All you need to do is ask. Ask the universe, okay, I want to look into my past lives. Stare at a candle flame, take a shower, or lay down for bed, but keep yourself in that space between being awake and being asleep, the lucid dreaming state. This really, it takes down your guard. When you're fully awake, when you're fully active, at work or doing business at school, your mind kind of puts walls to the spirit world. So find a time where you can be completely comfortable. I recommend being alone, just because you don't have to worry about other people, and you have to take down all these barriers you put up. So I recommend staring at candle flame. If you don't get success right away, that's perfectly fine. Do it for at least 3 days. I tell you, if you do it for 3 days, only 5 minutes, okay? Just give yourself 5 minutes, you will see a difference. I have never met someone who seriously wanted to speak to the ancestors, see past lives, or anything of that sort, who weren't able to do it within a week. If they really are open to spirit giving them this communication. You're divine. All you have to do is ask. I mean, if you're open to receiving messages, and that's what the first degree is really designed for, is that by the time you're done with this, you're so open to receiving everything from the universe. And I'll stop sounding like a hippie. But, did that answer your question at all? I kind of went on my own little...
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I went on my own little thing. My own little trip there. A poor puppy.
Oh, he's excited.
Alright, if that's it, I was going to wrap it up. Any questions from y'all two? Anything about energy work? I'm in a mood for energy work. Place your hand in. Feel the difference?
I felt the difference the moment you said, I'm ready for energy work, actually.
Have you ever really felt energy like that? You can tell me no if you don't feel anything. Concentrate on your hand. Concentrate on your other hand. Yeah. Do you feel anything on your other hand versus this hand? Do you feel anything in your chest? It can be a tugging. And it's being receptive to this energy from other people or to yourself. Yeah. But it's all energy work. I love it. Okay, and thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you all soon. Catch me online. Come to my next study group. Bring a friend. And
Comment. Repost.
comment, repost. Yes, if you want to do something for me, please feel free to share this with other people. We have to get these study groups out to people, and knowing that people actually care. Huh? Do what?
If you want, you can also send us a video response talking about your own experiences, any exercises you may have done in addition to this, or your reactions to these exercises.
And also, I mean, be a critic. If you don't like something I said, I'm fine with that. I take credits too. Personally, it gets me more publicity, so thank you. And have a great night, and I will see you soon. Blessings. With Mountain Dew.
Wesley said